a creature from the Black Lagoon MPU and driver board that I rehabilitated. And this is what you almost always get on the bench if you boot a CPU that's expecting to see some optos. There's nothing wrong with F114 and 115. That's just the way the software tries to be helpful. So let's put it into test, and we'll do switch edges. And Creech doesn't use the two rightmost columns. Again, I'm using my Victor developed PCBs here for test bench operation. This board set was sent because the board set was resetting periodically, and there are a few things that I can do to both the MPU and to the driver board to reduce the probability of reset. So in the MPU, I use a lower voltage reset generator that's in the center of the picture. I've replaced the cap at C31 and the header at J201 or 210 maybe, and not reset related, but I installed NVRAM and of course a socket to work with that NVRAM. On a driver board, I've replaced C2. It leaks periodically, and I like to bend them over like that so you can see that there's no corrosion. C4 is in the 5-volt circuit, so I replaced it, and I replaced C5. There's no reason to wholesale replace all these big capacitors. I know people will say they have a lifetime usefulness of a certain number of years, but these two here, C6 and C7, those do the same thing as the 30,000 microfarad capacitor in old Williams 3 through 7 games, and nobody ever replaces those, and they're just fine. Those are for the 18-volt lamp matrix power. So let's get to the other functions of these boards, one of which is solenoids. And get the solenoids running. And I don't have power connected to my test device over here, so let's do that. And back out of that and start from the beginning. You can see with the game ROM in there, it's somewhat less predictable which ones are going to fire. Let's check the GI, and we have a problem with the GI. The GI is supposed to be changing brightness. What that tells me is that there's a problem between, okay, it's changing the lamps, but the dimming function is not operating. And that means that there's a trace severed between BR2 and the zero cross detection circuit. So I'll have to go back and fix that. Lamps and flashers at the same time. Wow, that's cool. And the lamps are operating. So let me go back and figure out what's going on with the zero cross circuit, and I'll be right back. All right, GI is all better now. What did I find? Nothing on the driver board. It was my own darn fault. So I'll give a Homer Simpson. No! I didn't have the connector that drives the driver board fully connected, and one of the pins wasn't making that drives the signal to utilize the zero cross, but we're all better now. Oh, everything is working perfectly. Reboot, no solenoids on, lamp matrix operational. Thank you so much for sending it.